friends, Heidi here from Rain Country Homestead. God is good all the time. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about organic peanut butter powder and why you should consider putting this in your food stores. So this past year I found out, after stocking up on little tiny jars, well not tiny, but the 16-ounce jars of organic peanut butter, thinking that if they were in small jars and all sealed up, that, you know, just going through one little jar at a time, they would have a really long shelf life. Well, unfortunately, I found out I was wrong. And I've even though I cycle through my peanut butter, and I go through quite a bit of peanut butter because I love peanut butter, I've come across some jars that have gone rancid, and it's been very disappointing because organic peanut butter is not cheap anyway, and especially organic peanut butter is really not cheap. And I was buying it on sale though. Every time I'd go on sale, get marked down, I'd stock up on a bunch. Well then, about a year ago, I discovered some organic peanut butter powder, and this particular stuff I got at Honeyville, which is my go-to place for dehydrated and freeze-dried foods. Now I know that Thrive is another very good one. I don't know if they carry the peanut butter powder, but if you're a Thrive fan, look into it and see if they have it. And you may find in your local stores, you may, if you live in a big enough town that carries stuff like this, that has a store that carries stuff like this, you might find some of another brand that you like, you know, so give it a try. This is not a paid advertisement. This is just me telling you that this is what I use, and I will link to this below. And I'm very happy with it. Now, to use it as, which I haven't done yet, just to use it as just peanut butter. It's just a matter, by the way, I keep it stored. This is my newest package, it's not opened yet. But I like to keep it stored in a jar like this. And I also link, people ask me about these lids. I do get these from Amazon. They come in pewter and in this bronze color, and I get both. I use them for my skin creams and tooth powders and all kinds of stuff. And I'll link to those below. But anyway, you just add your powder, just to, let's say I'm just making peanut butter. Just add your powder, however much you think you're going to need. And then all you need is water. And then you're just going to mix it in to according to how thick you want your, let me back up so I'm getting this in here. You see that? Is it in there? I'm having a hard time seeing. And then you're just going to kind of, you know, put it in there, let it soak up. You're going to figure out how thick you really want your peanut butter. Now, if I was to make peanut butter, like a peanut butter and jam sandwich with this, which is something I really don't do. I just don't eat sandwiches that much anyway. And jam we try to stay away from for the most part because of the sugar content. But you can make this as thick as you want. Now, this is a fairly thick peanut butter. Now, you'd probably want to let it sit for it to get a better texture. And that right there is about the thickness you'd probably want for like a peanut butter sandwich. You can make it a little bit thinner, make it easier to spread. But there's so many other uses for your peanut butter powder than just using it as peanut butter. And this tastes pretty good just like this. Patrick tried it and he liked it too. He thought it was pretty decent. So, sure smells good. One of the many things you can do with your peanut butter powder is, a lot of you know, unless you're real new to my channel, that I make an organic chocolate without sugar. But I've also made chocolate with honey really good. And I'm going to put a picture of my homemade Reese's style chocolate right here. And that I made using the peanut butter powder in place of cocoa powder in the chocolate. So it was just cacao butter, peanut butter powder, and then I believe for that I did use my own homemade organic powdered sugar, which you can find a video of how to do that right up here. And instead of honey, I think. I did do the chocolate part and honey. I might have done them both with honey. I don't remember. It's been so long. You can do either. The nice thing about your organic powdered sugar is it's gonna set a little better and hold better. Honey tastes great, but you definitely have to keep it refrigerated, or the honey will start to separate and kind of ooze out. But it just tastes really good. So that's one thing. Now another thing you can do with this is, and I haven't tried this yet, I keep meaning to make something where I can do this. I'm going to add more water to this mix. Oops, I already got it in a small. I'm going to add a little more water. I want to make this real thin. And now I'm going to get up in here in my cupboard and get my homemade organic powdered sugar. And I'm going to add a little bit of that in. And now what I have here, I'll probably need to add more peanut butter. I made it a little thinner than I meant to. So I'll need to add more. And look at me blooping all over the counter like I do. And add a little more sugar and a little more peanut butter powder. Because I'm just kind of making this up on the fly. This is something I've been meaning to try, but I haven't made anything for this to go with yet. So a little bit more of that. I don't want it too runny. I just want it a little bit runny. Okay, that's getting close. Okay, so this is taking on the consistency I'm thinking. It's still very runny, which is what I want. Now, what do you think I could do with that? That would make a really great icing on some kind of chocolate rolls or cupcakes or bread. I was thinking more of a bread, like you'd make a chocolate banana bread, which I think I've made a chocolate banana bread before. Yeah, I have. And then take some peanut butter, this peanut butter icing, and drizzle it over the top. So I'm going to try that someday, and maybe I'll make a video of it. But that's one idea. Another thing I've actually done recently was make chocolate peanut butter popsicles for Patrick, and he said those were pretty good. I know I always taste the mixture before I put it in the thing, and it tasted really good to me. So anyway, I'm sure that many of you, now that I've thrown some ideas out there to you, and go ahead and put them in comments below, because I'd like to see your ideas. I bet you could come up with tons of ideas of what you could do with organic peanut butter powder, besides just using it as a peanut butter. Because not everybody's going to probably like the texture it makes as just a peanut butter for sandwich, but the flavor is good, and with all the options you have, I don't see why anyone shouldn't, if you like peanut butter, be storing this, because it's going to have a much longer shelf life than your regular peanut butter that you buy in a jar. Plus, I think it has a lot more uses. I think this would be good just like this, sprinkled on or mixed into your ice cream. I really don't eat ice cream that much anymore, so I haven't had a chance to try it. But one of these days, maybe I'll do that tonight. Maybe I'll actually take my little drizzly stuff here, my sauce that I made, maybe thicken it up a little bit more with some more peanut butter powder, and then drizzle that on a little bowl of ice cream later. I'll give that a try. Anyway, so that's all I wanted to say. Just a really good food storage item that I think would have a plethora of uses. I know there's a zillion more out there I haven't even thought of, and that's why I also would like you to give your input of what you think it would be good for, or if you even already use peanut butter powder, what do you use it for? All right, and that's it. So thanks for watching. Take care, and God bless.